Hello everyone, this is another video on Palmistry, and in this particular video we will be talking about the headline, and we would see marriage related issues, or how do we see that there could be marriage related problems just by looking at the headline. It's a general perception that the side of the palm where the lines of attachments are, this is where people think that you just need to see how good the lines are. These are the lines people think are for marriage, and this is the only thing that would bring uh, the happiness or sadness in one's marriage. So this is not the only area we have to look at. There could be other areas as well where we can see marriage related issues. So we would go through this particular palmistry reading. So before basically I start the palmistry reading, I would just request you to I would be telling you something which I normally tell towards the end of the video, but I'm telling right now that do give your comments and subscribe to my channel if you like my channel. Request you to give comments in the section down below. I would also request you to click on the like button, press the bell icon after you press the subscribe button. And palmistry consists of various permutation combinations. We as palmists may miss out on many points because in this particular video we can't describe every possible thing. So we'll be just telling a partial view of a hand. And the best reading comes out when there's a dialogue, when two people are talking and not just like I'm talking. And generally, every client wants to know about name, fame, money, health, family, and they assume that money line would be telling about the money, sun line would be telling about the name and fame, and health can be seen only on the lifeline, but it is not so. These things can be seen on all the lines interrelated. The health can also be seen on the headline and the heart line, and even maybe on the line of fate as well. And fish and lotus and trishul, people think that if they have, then everything is fine, and if they don't have anything in their hand. It is not so. So before we basically venture out to I would explain the particular video. I just want you to see different hands where you would see normal as well as abnormal kind of headlines. This particular line is the headline, and this is the heart line. So there's a gap, but there's a line that is branching and joining the headline. So this is not generally a good indication. Here you would see that the heart line is broken under the ring finger. So again, abnormality, but the headline is intact. Here you would see again the heart line to be very small compared to the headline. So there's different variations that you can see on one side. This is a normal kind of a head and the heart line. So we straight away head to the video, and let me explain to you how and what might be depicted uh, by the uh, by the headline that is different, and it might relate to troubled marriage. So I've seen many cases that if the headline is different, like different could mean uh, that the headline is, see, first let me draw the normal kind of a headline. This is normal kind of a headline. This is the hard line. So there's a gap between them. So it's a normal kind of an indication. Sometimes it becomes different, like the headline uh, could lean downwards. Even this we would consider as a little bit abnormal, but not so bad. Uh, then we might see the headline moving upwards. Even this is not normal, but still we would say that it is still okay. Uh, but what is considered to be very different is when the headline is kind of broken. So this is generally not considered to be good. Or if the headline has got an island over it, island over it. See what this island would do is some people might have a small island, some people might have a very big island. So what might happen is that whoever person has this particular thing, uh, the headline is splitting into two, and at this juncture what's happening that there are two ideas or two thought process that are coming up in this particular person's life. In the initial phase, the lines are very close by, but as they move forward at this particular time, you would see that there's lots of broadness in it, and then there's tapering of the headline. So it basically indicates that this would be the area of trouble. And what is happening is that the other person who is trying to associate with this particular person, and it would be all people, like it could be mother, father, sister, children, and the husband. But the maximum trouble would come to the husband because he is the closest person to to this lady. It could happen vice versa. Also, it could be seen in the hand of a male, and the sufferer would be the female, because the husband has this particular indication. It might bring about a change in one's personality. So the other person who is there next to him, what's going to happen is that they would not be able to understand this particular person, like why and how this person is reacting in a certain way, and that becomes the trouble area. The lines under the mercury finger, this is the mercury finger, these are the lines of attachments, and one of them could be marriage lines. These could be perfect, 100% perfect, yet it might bring about these problems. And if the partner is understanding, very understanding, so what's going to happen is that if the partner is understanding, the likelihood is that the marriage might remain. And if the partner is not understanding, then there could be problems in one's marriage, and there could be a long troublesome period because of the mental health of this particular person. These things could also mean that the this could this could have a much more drastic effect on the hand of a female compared to the male, just because there are more hormonal changes that happen in the life of a female, and that could bring about more changes. A person, and especially if the lady is a housewife. So what's going to happen is that if the lady is housewife, the lady is not occupied in any hobby or profession, there the problems might arise more compared to a working lady, because a working lady would be engaged in something or the other, so there would be limited time remaining for her to show this kind of mental problem in front of the husband. So that's the reason why this island would make a major difference in the hand of a female compared to a male. Even male might have even males might have this problem, but in females it would be more. So so this is one part. So let us calculate the age when these problems might arise. So this is the money line. So what's happening is that the intersection, the money line and the headline intersection, this age is age 35. So just remember this particular age. This age is approximately 35, the intersection. So the problem start, and this is the early period of the headline. So early period from 0 to age 35. So what's happening is that the problem starts somewhere a little bit before the age of 35. So the problem starts somewhere at the age of approximately 31, 32, and it continues till uh, this is 35, so it continues till 37, 38. So the maximum effect is going to happen somewhere at the age of 35 because the headline is very wide during this particular period. So this is how we are basically calculating the age. These islands can show up also sometimes. These islands can also show up like this is the headline, and the island can show up towards the end or towards the beginning. So if the island is showing up sometime after close to the intersection of the head and the money line, so the problem might start somewhere at the age of 34 and it might continue till at the age of uh, around after the age of probably 55 or 60. That's the maximum limit it might extend to. So these problems on one's headline could also bring about problems in one's married life, and the major reason is the major reason could be depression. Depression. This is the amount of Saturn. Saturn basically has got its positive qualities as well as negative qualities. Saturn is basically for wisdom, for a person being grounded, money management abilities, and responsible. But at the same time, this could also bring about the negative qualities of Saturn is depression. And if the area under it is disturbed, see, this is the headline, and there's an island somewhere out here. So this could bring about depression in one's life, and depression would affect uh, the male or female, whoever has it. The island could also bring about problem in one's stomach, and stomach might like stomach related problems, and the stomach related problems could bring about headaches or gas or upset stomach, and it could be vice versa. It could be stomach related problems leading to uh, brain or head related problems, or the mental problems like kind of affecting the stomach. So it could be either way. And Saturn is also related to chemicals, so then probably the chemicals the person takes, like the medicines or these things, could also might have uh, a bad effect on them. So so in this video, you have basically seen how just by looking at the headline, we can come to know many things, even related to your marriage. You need not look at just your lines of attachments to see if the marriage is good or bad, even if it is bad, like curving downwards, and a person's headline is neat and clean, simple, and the heartline is also simple, even then the person might have a okay kind of a marriage. Even if there's a split in the headline, the line of attachment, or there's an island-like formation on the line of attachment, these are bad signs. But even apart from these bad signs, if the lines of heart and head are normal, it would mean a normal personality, and normal personality tries to balance it out, and they would balance it out till the time they can basically manage. And at one point, even they might give up if the problems are really becoming big. So uh, so you would see that there's no one way of looking at trouble in one's marriage. There might be various different ways where we can look at bad marriage. Even bad marriage can be seen on the line, on the area of Mars. If the area of Mars has got too many lines over it, so what's going to happen is that there's lack of fire within him. Probably this could be also sexual desires, fire, or it could be fire to do anything like day-to-day work also. So the other person, if the person is energetic, the partner is energetic and full of energies, they wouldn't want a partner who is always cribbing or misusing their fire. Misusing your fire means getting angry over wrong issues. So these are negative qualities. Some people might also have trouble on their on their, give me one moment. Some people might also have a bad amount of Venus. Bad amount of Venus would depict like less padded and too many markings over it would basically mean that the person is misusing his energies and wasting their energies. See, love is also an energy that needs to be targeted. If you want to love, you basically love. You just can't like waste your energies. And bad markings over the Venus and the Mars would mean that the food is not getting like the food is not the nutrients are not coming to this particular person in a perfect way. Less lines and the good mount basically depicts that the nutrients in the food and these things are basically absorbed in a better way compared to having bad lines over the mount of Mars. And if this the energies are not there, the fire is not there in one's marriage, the likelihood is that the person might have a bad marriage. So, so everything is interrelated in palmistry, like in life. And before I end my video, I would again request you the same thing that subscribe and do give comments. If you like the video, if you don't like the video, just give your comments. I would appreciate that. And do click on the like button. Remember to press the subscribe button and press the bell icon to get regular updates. And the best reading comes out with a dialogue and not a monologue. Not everything is known by the lines. Less lines without any special signs like a fish, lotus, M, Trishul, etc. may give excellent, still might give excellent result. And palmistry is not just about lines, it is more about hand structure, feel, size, padding over the mounts. So even if a person has got a perfect money line, that's what people want. The person still might have no money. And even if a person does not have a money or a sun line, still the person might have abundant, unlimited money. So thanks for watching. Bye and take care.